Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramenabhiyata Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhautame Bhorama Mamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varaname Sri Rama Nama Varanana Onnam Iti Shri Maheshwar Sutrani I un rulruk e ong I ouch ayavarat lan nyamanga na nam jabang garadash jabagaradash khapa cha cha tav papai shashasar hal Mahasha Sutrani. Okay, so what I was saying last time, we looked at this word called angana. We're looking at that last time, angana, and that is a tatita pratyaya, which is the matuvarthya pratyaya, sense of matup. The matup adhikara, is to refresh your memory, starts from 5 to 94. Important, very important section of tadditas. This is a long section which goes from taddita adhikara from 4176 to end of 5.4. If somebody is echoing, is that you, Ben, or Vasu? Somebody is echoing. So, okay. So it goes from 4176 starts tadditaha. It's important to get a little bit of map of the Ashtadhyayi in your head as much as you can. So that helps you find the rules quicker. You know where we are looking at. From 4176 starts tadditaha. It goes up to end of 5.4. It's a very long section which has more than 1,000 rules. So more than a quarter of Ashtadhyayi is tadditaha. So within that, so it's difficult to kind of master the whole thing. But there are some sections which we can try to master. And one of them is this matupadikara. Tadasya asti asmin niti matup. So one who has that, or in him, that is in him or in it that is present, that gets the taddita matup pratyaya comes from that. Take balavan, very simple. So balam asya asti iti balavan. One who has balam. So like shriman. So shrihi asya asti iti shriman. So very simple things. But they're also not only matup, but matup has a lot of other pratyas below that. So that is what makes it interesting. Like a word like simple, like a word like balin. There's also balam asya asti iti balin becomes bali. So that also is. So there are many pratyas which come in this matubartha pratyaya. Like a word like vini, tapasvin, manasvin, yashasvin. I think we saw one last time. Last time we saw two of them in this adhikara, which is we saw the word rajasvala adjective, and we also saw the word angana. So in the last shloka number 60, we saw two words. Rajasvala, we saw rajas pratyaya valach, and we also saw the pratyaya na over here coming. So I just want to complete this angana word, which we saw. This was a vartikam on this, which I want to finish off today. I think I didn't mention it last time, so I just want to complete that. So the sutram that we were looking at last time was the in 5.2. We had the number in the last class I already gave you. The word angana is formed from 5 to 100. 5 to 100. Look at that one for a second. 5 to 100, and that sutram says. Lomadi, Pamadi, Pichadibhya, Shanelachaha, Shanelachaha. As Raja was saying, these sutras are not that difficult. Some of them are quite simple. So this sutram basically mentions three ganas, and of course, we don't expect to retain it the first time around. You get the sutram the first time around, kind of know it in the back of your mind, something like that is there. In this class, we'll repeat as many times as we can. If you hear it 5, 10, 15, 20 times, then hopefully you can recall some of it afterwards. So this one simply says, Lomadi, Pamadi, Pichadibhya, Shanelachaha. Let's look at the vritti of that. So this is, remember that this taddita adhikara is a subset of the adhikara of Niya Pratipadikat. So from 4.1.1. So all these pratyas are prescribed after Pratipadikam. So this bhya is Panchami. So following the Lomadi Ganaha, you have to use one pratyaya called sh. And then after the Pamadigana, use the pratyaya na. And then Pichadigana, use the pratyaya ilach. That's all it's saying. In the meaning of matupta. So as I mentioned to you in Tadditas, also in Krudantas also, you have to know three things. What is the pratyaya? Which Pratipadikam can take the pratyaya? And and what meanings it comes. What meanings? All three are important, because what sometimes we ignore the meaning. The meaning is very important. What meaning it comes. So the meaning we already saw, and all three will not come in one sutram generally. That is the difficult part of Tadjitas. Is the pratyaya may be set in some place as a default. The meaning might be coming from some other sutram, and then the prakriti nirdesha might come from somewhere else. So this sutram only gives us that lomadi can take sha, pamadi can take na, and pichadi can take ilach. That's all it says. You didn't say in which meaning. You have to go back to 5294. That's why adhikaras are very important. In Tadjita land, the adhikaras are very important. How tell you where you are. Okay, but the one I want to try cover now is this vartikam on this, which the word angana has a special vartikam on that. So let's look at 5 to 100 over here. Again, I hope all of you are using these nice online resources, which makes it very makes the class possible really. So lomadibhya, pamadibhya, pichadibhya, tribhya, ganebhya. So from these three ganas, so yatha sankham respectively, yatha sankham. Also, as I mentioned to you, if something you want to memorize, if you want to refer to, don't memorize Panini Sutras first. If you have time after that, you can memorize the vrittis. Second thing you want to do. Even if you don't understand the full meaning, sutras, vrittis that you memorize. This is what your first thing that you want to do. Whatever sutras you particularly that you understand, try to memorize and recall them. Yatha sankham respectively, sha, na, ilach, ete pratyayaha bhavanti matvarthe. And matup also comes. Both of these come. So anyway, the one that I want to talk about today is this angat kalyane. Angat kalyane. So this within the pamadigana, the word anga is there, but there's a condition on that. Kalyani, not just somebody who has limbs, but one who has good or beautiful limbs. So she is a young woman who has beautiful limbs. So angana. And the Vyakhyanam, if you look at it, I put in the document already. So Angat Kalyani is, see, in the Ganapatha also. What is Ganapatha? Ganapatha is like lists, groups of terms. So these are groups of Pratipadikani. So Lomadi is a Gana, Pamadi is a Gana, Pichadi is a Gana. So Anga is part of the Pamadi Gana. But sometimes the Ganapatha is a Gana Sutrani, which puts some condition, little extensions, some other, details are in the Ganapatha. Angat Kalyane is a Gana Sutram, and that it says that is if you want to use this pratyaya, na, following the word Anga, it has to be in the sense of Kalyane, means auspicious, you're beautiful, good looking limbs. So he says, then it comes Kalyani equals Shobhanani Angani Asyaha Santiti Angana. Again, this meaning Asyaha Santi is Adhikara from 5294. Tadasyasti Asminiti Matup. So this is the CAN formula. If you see this formula anywhere in the Vyakhyanam, in the Tika, then you have to understand that, that's the thing of knowing these technical terms, this technical jargon. Is if you see this in the commentary, that means Matup is being used. They will not use they will not say Matup. You just use this canned, statement. Asyasti or Asyaha Santi can be, of course, any gender, any number, but iti angana. Of course, you get the word angana first, and then you have the pratyaya tap, because nothing can be used in the feminine unless it passes through the routine of striyam, which is going to be, so once you get a pratipadikam, and to want to use it in the feminine, you have to check up this striyam adhikara from 413. And the very first sutram is ajadyata shtap. So words of the ajadi gana and the adanta pratipadikani, ending in short a, will get the pratyaya tap, which is long a, because of chutu halantyam, so only a remains. So that in short, no pratipadikam can be used in the feminine with a short akara ending pratipadikam, because the sutram 414 immediately puts the pratyaya tap, you remove the 8 letters, and then you do akastamani digha. So that's the vartikam from last time. I just want to clean up that one. The other thing is that, so some of these words, because if you look at the word angana, you will not even suspect that the pratyaya na is involved over here. That pratyaya na belongs to the matupadikara. All these things you will not even know. But it's nice to, a little bit look into deeper, because the word anga, you can try to know angana. The other thing I want to just mention from last time is that tirascham vasitam rutam. Tirascham vasitam rutam. Tirashcham. Tirashcham is Shashti Bahuvachanam of Triyang Pratipadikam. Tirashcham. Tirashcham is, let's look at this word for a second. Tirashcham. How does this word comes? So there is a pratyaya called, dhatu called anchu. Anchu means to go. So tirashcham is, tiryak, one who goes sideways. So one who goes, sideways is called, so let's from the Pratipadikam first. So we can say tiryak, tiryak. Of course, this is in the commentary now we're looking at. So tiryanch we take, so dhatu anchu, tiryanch plus pratyaya quip, tiryanch plus pratyaya, so tiryak I should say, tiryak plus anchu, dhatu anchu, anchu. And then the pratyaya quip is being used, quip. So this is what we have to use to get the form tiryak first. So now we have to find some sutram to make tiryak into tiri. So this is, in a samasa when you have, so what happens to the left hand part of the samasa? This is the topic of 6.3. So 6.3, there are some sutras when with these samasas formed with this dhatu anchu, like pratyak. So there, the prior, the pura padam takes some special form. So we have to look in the 6.3 adhikaraha, and we have to find the sutram. We'll have to make tiryak into tiri. That's the adhikara we are looking on. So I think it's around 6390-ish somewhere it is there. Let's try to find that one. So because we have to get the Pratipadikam tiryak. So let's go this. So 6393-ish we could find this sutram, which says 6393 samasami. Yeah. Tirasas tiryalope. Okay. So let's look at the 6394. 6394 sutram. Let's see what it says. 6394. Because tirashcham is used malinatha. Tirashcham is a shashti bhavachanam. So 6394. If you look at this one, not to go into too much detail, but just to mention where that word came from. Let's see what it says. Tiras iti etasya. Actually, I'm trying with the wrong form. Sorry, what should be tiras? Not tiryak, but tiras. So tiras is what we want to take. Tiras, not tiryak. Tiras is what you start with. Tiras is an amvyayam. Tiras means sideways. So tiras is the right thing. Okay. So tiras iti etasya. Tiri iti ayam adesho bhavati. Anchu vo pratyayante uttarapade alope. Yada asya lopo na bhavati. So when the akara doesn't take lopaha, in that case, we get the tiras becomes tiri. So now also one thing what happens is that in these dhatu anchu, when you add a pratyaya quip, because of 6424, that prior, when the quip is added, the upadha nakara takes lopaha. Anidatam halopadhaya kiniti. But anyway, after going to these two operations of 6424 along with 6394, so we get the Pratipadikam. Let's finish it up now. So we get, of course, the quip is a complete zero. The quip means it's a zero because if you remove all the letters by first of all upadesh ajuna nasika it, then halantyam, dashakvatadjite, then finally verapruktasya. That the vakara, when it remains alone, the vakara of vi, it remains alone, it also takes lopaha, verapruktasya. So let's put this here. So 6394 was the one that we are using, 6394, along with these other rules. So let me put that here. So we'll get, so tiras is the right form. Tiras becomes tiri plus ach. So we use 6394 along with 6424 and along with the usual it rules except verapruktasya. So when the vakara of vi remains alone, it also goes away. So the quip becomes a zero. Why do you want to add a zero? Because you cannot bring in any of the declensions, suaujas, etc., unless you from a pratipadikam. So a dhatu, you just cannot take a dhatu and add, the suaujas pratyaya to that. It has to become pratipadikam. So the samasascha becomes a pratipadikam. So it becomes tiryach. So tirashcham. Okay, let's see now. Now what the thing is saying. Okay. So now what he's saying is tirashcham vasitam vritam. Actually, you know what? Here we don't need this sutram, because this one which only comes. Okay, let's go back a second. This is fine, but there's a condition on this sutram. The condition sutram says is that yada asya lopo na bhavati. Yada asya lopo na bhavati. When lopa doesn't happen, then then only this one comes. In fact, he says lopo alopa iti kim tirashcha. So tirashcham, tirashcho iti, that's what he's saying. So this one, when we use this sutram, this tirasas tirya lope, that one only comes into play when the akara lopa is not being done. In our case, we are going to do an akara lopa. So this sutram we don't need this sutram right now. We don't need sutram right now. So let's look at what we have is, go back to the document. So we have tiras plus quip, and we are going to bring in the pratyaya, so we don't need this because we're going to do akar lopa right now. So tirashcham with pratyaya am we have to use. Pratyaya am we have to use. Am we have to use. By the way, I hope all of you know, I think in this class by now you should have the Bhemi Vyakhya with you. If you're not using the Bhemi Vyakhya, please start using that. That's one of the best things, because all these concepts are given in detail in the Bhemi Vyakhya. But if you look at volume 1 in the Subandha Prakaranam, you can find all the details, because we can only go do so many details in the class. There are different rules that we cannot do. But if you look at the Bhemi Vyakhya, he gives also, there are good indexes at the back in the Bhemi Vyakhya, where he gives an index of what Prajipadikani are covered in this in the Vyakhya. So if you look at that, and he also has a list of all his sutras at the back, where you can also look at different sutras that have been covered. So I'm looking at around page 442. You can find all the details of so Bhemi Vyakhya. If some of you know Hindi, if you know Hindi, try to use the Bhemi Vyakhya, and that will give you a lot more support, because we can only, so I'm starting on page 440, and all the rules start for this, the Dhatu Ancha. And the first sutram that he gives, Anidatam Halopadaya Kiniti, that's the first sutram that we were looking at, is that this Nakara of Anshu, because the Pratyaya Quip is being used, which has a K and it in there, this Nakara is going to drop. So 6424 is the then next thing is Achaha, 64138. Lupta nakarasya anchatehe bhasya akarasya lopasyad, which is what we need right now. So lupta nakarasya anchatehe bhasya akarasya lopasyad. Because if you ever have any doubt as to how to do the subandha prakriya of any of these words, you can go to Bhemi Vyakhya and get all this. So with the fact that we're going to have the word tirashcham right now, pratyaya am we are going to have. So the angam is going to get the bhasanya. Bhasanya by 1418 yachibham. These sutras should be well ingrained in you right now, which is 1417, 1418, 1417, 1418. We keep using them a lot, which is swadishvatra namasthane and yachibham. The moment you are a swadi pratyaya from 412 suav, just up to the end of chapter 5, the angam either gets the padasanya or bhasanya. Pratyaya is jakaradi or ajadi, gets the bhasanya. So we have right now tirashcham in the commentary right now, tirashcham. The tirashcham we're going to use the pratyaya am. We want shashti bhavachanam. So tirashcham when we want to make, then we have to put the pratyaya am. Am is ajadi pratyaya. Angam gets the bhasanya. Okay, so let's finish this now. So tiras we don't need, so let's so actually more straightforward than I was making it to be. So the quip becomes a 0. Let's put that in the bracket. This is a 0 because of course sarvapahar lopaha. The entire pratyaya goes away. Sarvapahar lopaha. Sarvapahar lopaha. And that comes out by, of course, upadesha jananasika it, halantyam, dashak patadhyate, and the final thing is verapraktasya. I think it's 6166 or 67, maybe 67, verapraktasya. So the vakara of V, it will become aprukta. Aprukta ekal pratyaya, a single pratyaya remaining behind. That vakara also takes lopaha. Vakara also takes lopaha. Where aprukta? 6167. 6167. So that one takes lopaha. 6167. The whole thing is gone. So now what we have to do is we have to now make it tiras. Let me copy that. Make it tiras plus ach plus am. Tiras plus ach plus am. Let me straightforward. So this nakara is going to go away by the 6424. 6424. This one is gone. 6424. This will be practice for us in Subanta. Subanta practice for us. Tiras plus am 6424. So we get that, and now we need this sutram 64138. Let's look at that final thing, and then we're done with this form. 64138. Let's see what it says. 64138. Is this achaha? Achaha 641. That's what I'm looking for. That one. 6138. Okay, let's look at that. Achaha iti ayam anchatir luptanakaro griyate tadantasya bhasya akarasya lopo bhavati. So achaha sutram. So if you have this dhatu anchu whose nakara has gone away, and if angam has the bhasanya, then the akara of the anchu will go away. So 64138. 64138. So these are some complicated declension rules for dhatu anchu. So we are looking at just some of them to give you a flavor of it. So 64138, we're now going to get tiras plus ch plus am. So we're going to get 64138. This akara is going to go away. 64138. 64138. 64138. Tiras plus tiras cham. Of course. Tiras plus, and then that's it. So then after that, tiras cham, you just do the sandhiro, which the sakara is going to become the talavya shakaraha, so become tiras cham. Tiras cham is the final form. So tiras cham means of the animals. Tiras cham, those who move sideways. Tiras cham is one who moves sideways. Tiras cham. Tiras cham. Okay. Tiras cham. Tiras cham is moving sideways. So here, of course, the sakara will become the talavya shakara by stosh chunash chuho. So you get the tiras cham. So 8440. Tiras cham. So the comment he was making was we had the word dhatu vas, so vasitam was there. So the comment that he was making was that tirashcham vasitam rutam. Tirashcham vasitam rutam. Amar kosha. Amar kosha, of course, you try to use that as much as possible. That's authority and how these words are to be used in the language. So the noise made by animals, tirashcham vasitam rutam, is called vasitam. Actually, the way in the Amar Kosha commentary he gave is, I think, is the pakshi shabda. So which the birds make is called rutam also. So pakshi shabdasya. So anyway, it is here he used the sense of, I think, jackals he has used, dhatu vas he has used. So all this came from the word vavasire. Vavasire rurubuhu. Because in vavasire the shabdya that Muninath say rurubuhu. So he used the ru dhatu for the dhatu vas. Justifying how that came from the Amar Kosha. Tirashcham vasitam rutam. Tirashcham is shashti bhavachanam. So the howling sound or the noise made by birds or animals is called vasitam. So that's how he goes, the vasru shabde dhatu lit. Last thing you want to look at is this form bhayankaram from last time. Bhayankaram, also a compound. Again, we won't go in all details, but give you some pointers. Also bhayankaram, because bhaya we know and dhatu kru we know. But how it became bhayankaram. So bhayankaram, let's look at this quickly. Bhayankaram is this is upapada samasaha. Upapada samasaha. And sutram to be here is upapada samasa. We start with 2219 upapada mating. And then most of the rules which define, which upapada is qualified to be used, which dhatu, which pratyaya. Most of them come in 321 to 32100. 321 to 32100. And there, this 321 to 32100. So the one that we want to use here is dhatu kru. Dhatu kru, and one sutram specifically mentions the bhaya shabda. So bhaya, when bhaya is the dhatu kru takes the pratyaya khach. So we'll start with that. So if you 5.2 sikriyaha hetu karmani bhatau purakartari. So okay, let's 3-2. The form Bhayankara we try to form. The Dhatu Kru has taken a particular Pratyaya. And we need to get the Mum Agamaha. We need to get the Mum Agamaha. So 3-2-43 is Sutram. 3-2-43 for that. 3-2-43. And that says that Megha Arti Bhayeshu Kriyaha. 3-2-43. 3-2-43. So let's look at that and we'll finish up this shloka. So 3-2-43, let's look at this sutram what it says. Just give me some flavor of how these words are formed. So Megha Rati Bhayeshu Kriyaha. So Megha Rati Bhaya iti eteshu karmasu upapadeshu Kriyaha khach pratyaya bhavati. Bhayankara Mulinatha is used. So pratyaya khach can be used with the dhatu kru as long as one of these three are there. Megha, Rati and Bhaya, one of these two. So it's 3-2-43. 3-2-43. This online version has some typos unfortunately. So we have to be careful, but this one is fine. Megha Rati Bhaya iti eteshu karmasu upapadeshu kriyaha khach pratyaya bhavati. So 3-2-43 when we use, the reason I'm bringing this up is that we need to get the mum agamaha. So we can take Bhaya. So bhayankaroti bhayankaraha, very simple, bhayankaroti. So bhaya plus plus kru plus khach. So 3-2-43 is the sutram. And of course the khach pratyaya, lashakvatajite hanantyam, only the akara remains. And the also goes away because within a samasa, within a pratipadikam, supratyaya cannot stay. Supratyaya cannot stay inside a pratipadikam. So because of, supo dhatu pratipadika yoho. So let's remove the supratyaya first. Remove the supratyaya and so remove the supratyaya. So this one is is going to go away because of supo dhatu pratipadika yoho. And in the khach only akara remains. Akara only remains because of lashakvatajite and also halantyam lashakvatajite halantyam. So the sutra we used here was Krutadita Samasascha, get the Pratipadika Sanya, and Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho, we remove that one. So now, of course, the crew will take Guna by Sarva Dhatu Kardika Yoho, Uran Raparaha. So we are going to get Bha, Ya, so Bha, Ya, plus we're going to get Kar, so we're almost done. Only thing we need that bhayankara. We need that makara to come in there. So this was by sarva dhatu kardaka yoho along with uran raparaha. Uran raparaha is what we got. Uran raparaha. So that's the sutra which I want to point out to you. That's in 6.3. Again, we're coming to 6.3 section because last time we were trying to use 6.3, but we didn't need 6.3 last time because that sutram said that only when the akar lopa of anchu doesn't take place, then only that tiras becomes tiri. But we did not use that. But now we need 6.3 now. So I think sutram is 6.367. 6.367. So 6.367. 6.367. Okay. Arur dvishad ajantasya mum. So let's look at 6.367. We can complete this form. 6.367. 6.367. What the condition is. Always make sure before applying sutram that the conditions are satisfied in your case. So it says that arus dvishat iti etayor ajantanam cha khidanta uttare pade mum agamo bhavati anamvyasya. So mum agama comes when a pratyaya which has occurred and it has been used. Pratyaya khach, like in Gita, parantapa, arindama. When you see these kinds of words, then suspect the mum agamaha. And the mum agamaha comes in the sutram 6.367. Which comes if you have this word, arur, dvishat, and also in ajanta. So right now we have the word bhaya. That's an ajanta, ajantam. So we can, it is ending in a akaraha. So it is part of an ajantam. So that's going to take the mum agamaha. So 6.367, arus, dvishad, iti etayor, ajantanam cha, khidanti uttare pade, mum agama bhavati. So this is again 6.3, the section where you know what action to do on a samasa in the pura padam. Because the anuvritti of the uttara pade starts from 6.11, 6.31. 6.31 uttara pade. That's why we came here. So anyway, now we get the mum agamaha. Mum agamaha means what? The mo is an it in the mum, the upadesha is in a nasika it, and also halantyam. So we're going to put the mum agamaha, and that'll do it for us. That'll get this form. So okay. So put the agama mum over here. So mum means the upadeshajana nasika it and halantyam. So only the makara remains. But because of that mu as in it, we use midacho antyat paraha. Midacho antyat paraha. Mid acho antyat paraha. So mit agamaha, it goes after the last ach. Of course, in bhaya, the last ach is ending akara itself. So mum comes over here. So we used 6367 along with 1147. So makara will come over here, and we get bhayankara. So bhayankaraha. Now, what happens? You can also use the because the word bhaya had the pratyaya come and go to it, you get the suptingantam padam. Suptingantam padam. So this bhayam has this padasanya. So monuswaraha. Then anuswarasya parasavarnaha. Monuswaraha and vapadantasya. So you can write this one finally as either as an anuswaraha, so bhayankaraha, or you can also add the of course it's an adjective now. So bhayankaraha, bhayankaram, the way you can use it. So or you can also write it as bhayankara. So that's the two forms that you can use. So finally, use the monuswaraha 8323. And anuswarasya parasavarnaha vapadantasya. So vapadantasya. So that's of course these rules are known to you. Very simple rules. Monuswaraha 83. So because the pratyaya came and went, because of suptingantam padam pratyalopi pratyalakshanam. So monuswaraha anuswarasya parasavarnaha vapadantasya. So 8459. So that's what I want to do for this last time, clean up a few things that we didn't have time last time. So just starting from the top again is the word angana. We had a sutram which is angat kalyane. So it can only be, otherwise you cannot use this pratyaya na. You have to say angavati. Just somebody who has some limbs, you can make it angavati, not angana. Angana specifically means when she has beautiful limbs, angana. Then the word tirashcham, we just derived that pratyaya. The anchu dhatu is being used pratyaya quip. Quip is a 0, and the nakara of anchu will drop by the. But this one should write that as a nakara, not as an anchu, because of the fact that this dhatu in dhatu patha, we really have a nakara only, not this cha varga panchama, because that only comes when you go to the tripadi section and make the stosh chuna ashchuho, then only you can get that cha varga panchama. Until you get to the 8 tripadi section, this one keep a nakara only. Don't make it into a cha varga panchama. So anchu. So that takes nakar lopaha by 6424, and then the one we needed here was this 64130 achaha. This when the bhasanya comes, then this akar of anchu goes, and we get tirashcha, and then pratyam tirashcham 8440, and then bhayankaraha, the pratyaya khach was used by 3243, and the khach, because the kha is an it, that brought the mummagamaha by 6367. So maybe this is the one that is to be highlighted, 6367 mummagamaha, and mummagamaha 3243. That also maybe highlight that one. Pratyaya khach to be used. Highlight this one, achaha. This is also important sutram that we covered today. Achaha. Okay, let's move on. Sorry, it took some time. But let's go on to so this one was the last shlokaha, is the jackals who were situated in the same place as the sun. So I think this is the Ashubha Lakshanam, when jackals howl at the sun, and they were as if, instigating, propelling Bhargavam, which is the Parshuramaha. We did last time. Now this time we start with number 62. Tat pratipa pavanadi vaikritam preksha shantim madhikritya krityavit anvayunkta gurum ishvaraha kshitehe swantam mityalagayat satadvyatham. One more time. Tat pratipa pavanadi vaikritam preksha shantim madhikritya krityavit anvayunkta gurumishvaraha kshitehe swantam mityalagayat satadvyatham. one last time. Tat pratipa pavanadi vaikritam preksha shantim adhikritya krityavit anvayunkta gurumishvaraha kshitehe swantam mityalagayat sa tadvyatham. Very difficult to pronounce a little bit, but try to pronounce loudly, clearly, so will help you. So look at the Vyakhyanam, Taditi. Taditi will just tell you which shloka is commenting on, just tell you, he just puts the place in the Mula Pasha, which place he's commenting on right now. So Tat Pratipa Pavanadi Vaikrutam. So there's no commentary on that. And in the last few shlokas we saw when the winds were blowing against him, and this was the Dushakanam which was coming. So Tat Pratipa Pavanadi Vaikrutam. So Pavanadi, what is the declension here? Pratipa Pavanadi Tat. So what do you think what's the declension here? Tat Pratipa Pavanadi. So Tat is Pusak Padam. So Pratipa Pavanadi. What's the decline here when? What do you think?
Pratipa Pavana Adi.
So Pratipa Pavana, as we saw Pratipa Pavana is contrary winds. Pavana Adi, right, etc. So Pratipa Pavanam Adi Yasya Tat. So that means the contrary
Yasya Tat.
Yeah, but it's the Bahuvari compound, right? When you see Adi at the end, it's the Bahuvari compound. So when you say Indra Deha Devahas, Indraha Adir Ye Shamte. So now what will so all these words ending in Adi, which means etc. in English, they're Bahuvari compound. So Akaradi Varnaha. Akaradi means Akaraha Adi Ye Shamte Varnaha. So now Pratipa Pavanadi, what do you think is the declension here? If you don't know the vibhakti of any word, look around for Samadhi Kartam as usual. See, Preksha is coming afterwards. Preksha, so Pra-iksha, so having seen. And you have the Tat over here, you also have Vaikritam.
So it must be Dvitiya.
Dvitiya Ekvachanam Napusakalinga, right? It must be Napusakalinga Dvitiya Ekvachanam.
That's why the is not there, okay.
That's why. So Pratipa Pavanadi, Pratya was then Samo Napumsakat Luksyat. So after that's why this doesn't become Adim, doesn't become Adi, because the Pratipa Pavanadi is now declined in the general sense in what was described before. So Tat is Samanya Napumsakam. So that previously described. So Pura Nirupitam. So Pura Nirupitam described before. Pura Varnitam. Tat Pratipa Pavanadi. This is a Napumsakalinga Dvitiya Ekvachanam. I'm trying to point out to you that the sum of Napumsakat is coming. It's the Bahuvari compound. So Pratipa Pavanadi, Pratipa Pavanadi is the Prajapadikam plus and then you just sum of Napumsakat become Pratipa Pavanadi. So this is the same. So these you might be thinking, what happened in Pratyaya? You might think about that, right? What happened in Pratyaya? Samo Napumsakat Luksya. If you have an Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam, the and the Su Pratyas take look by Samo Napumsakat. 3123. So I'm sorry, 7123. Samo Napumsakat Luksyat. Oh, 7123. Napumsakat Luksyat. Anyway, so that is now so he has made no commentary on that. No commentary. Pratipa Pavanadi. So if you want to look at some Vigraha Vakyam, it is Pratipam. Pratipa Pavanam will be a Karmadharya compound, and then Adi, you can say Yasmin Tat, so that in which there was contrary winds, etc. Having seen that. The Pratipa Pavanadi, let me see if I can have a book here which gives the Samasa Vakyam. Pratipa Pavanadi, Pratipa Pavanadi. So Pratipa Pavanaha Adihi Yatra Tat. So Saha Pratipa Pavanaha Adihi Yatra Tat. So that was the set of events which had the contrary winds, etc. Pratipa Pavanaha Adi Yatra Tat. In fact, what is taken is that he's taken this Tat Pratipa Pavanadi as a compound. This is Tat, can be Pruthak Padam, it may be also part of the compound now. So now we don't know, because Tat will be also a Dvitiya Ekvachanam of Pratipadikam Tat. It can also be inside the compound, the Pratipadikam Tat. So here actually it's inside the compound, so I take it back. So Tat Pratipa Pavana Adi. So Tat Pratipa Pavana is this Tat is now qualifying the Pavana, Pratipa Pavana. So the Vigraha Vakyam is Saha, Pratipaha, Pavanaha, Adihi Yatra Tat. So that previously described. Tat means you describe Pratipadikam Yat. Tat means what Pratibha Pavana? That contrary wind means which was previously described. So that contrary wind was the beginning of in something, so etc. So that contrary wind, etc. So Staha Pratipaha Pavanaha Adihi Yatra Tat Tat Pratipavanadi. So we have put the Vigraha Vakyam here quickly for us. So the Vigraha Vakyam of this, so that Tat can be inside the compound, can be outside the compound, can probably be inside the compound in this case. So Saha Pratipaha Pavanaha Pavanaha. You can say Adihi. So that is the beginning. Adihi. You can say Yasmin Yatra Tat. So Yatra Tat Pratipavanadi. Okay. So that is how that is formed. And now we have this Vaikritam. Vaikritam is what? It's a Tadita form from Vikrita. So one of the ways this is described is that Vikrita is like deformed, like strange, something out of the ordinary, not something which is not regular. Disturbance. You can describe the disturbance. So Vikru. So Kru is to do Vikru is to deform, disturbance. You can disturbance. So one of the ways to describe that is there are Vikritir eva Vaikritam. So Vikriti eva Vaikritam. So the Prajnani Bhyascha. I think we saw this sutram maybe in one of the prior classes. Prajnani is a gana in the Ashtadhyayi. So I think it's 5.438. Where Pratyaya is being used without changing the meaning. It's Swarte. So I said to you, when you go to the Pratyaya, you have to find out what meaning the Pratyaya is used, 5.4. So this one says that the Prajnani gana is a gana, where these take the Pratyaya and without changing the meaning. Prajnani Bhyascha, 5.438, because it is a form Vaikritam. Simply means Vikritim. So Vikriti means deformity, means disturbance. I think about disturbance in this case will be used. Then let's look at 5.438 quickly what it says. 5.438. 5.4 Prajnadibhyascha. So Prajanati Prajnaha. So Prajna iti evam adibhyaha Pratipadekebhyaha Swarthe Anpratyaya bhavati Prajna eva Prajnaha. So and so on. So we can use Vikriti. So the Vigraha Vakya is given by one of the commentators as Vikritir eva Vaikritam. Vikritir eva Vaikritam. So we put that in document. So Vikritihi eva Vaikritam. So that's the same. So Vikritihi is of course a feminine noun. Vikritihi eva Vaikritam. Vaikritam. Vikritihi eva Vaikritam. So when you say the word eva, that's the Swarte. Swarte. Vikriti eva Vaikritam. So we use 5.438. Prajnanibhyascha Swarte and. Okay, so you want to try this one again for us? Get from Vikriti to Vaikritam. It's kind of straightforward. But Vikriti plus the Pratyaya an. Then what will happen here? Vikriti Prajna, if you really want to speak in Vikriti. You can put
okay.
Of course, the is going to go away because part inside a Pratipadikam usual. Samasascha Supodha Padvakayoho. Now Pratyaya and Halantyam, only Akara remains. Halantyam, of course, that all of you know by now. Halantyam.
First is Taditeshu Achamadehi.
Very good. Adi Vriddhi was 72117. When Tadita Pratyaya is added with the it letter Chavarga Panchama.
So Vaikriti.
Then the Adi Vriddhi. So become Vaikriti plus and then Sutra you know when you can think about it.
Then it is Yachibam and Yasetich.
Very good. So Vaikriti, so we got it fine. So Vaikriti plus So what we used, what has been said, is 72117 Taditeshu Achama Adehe. Use the Adi Vriddhi, and then we of course use the usual Krit Tadita Samasascha Supo Dhatu Pradipatikayoho. So inside of Pradipatikaam, Sup cannot stay. So 2471. And then the next step you want to use is the Angam gets the birth sanya of Yachibham. Angam gets the birth sanya of Yachibham. Then Yasyeticha. The Angam has the birth sanya ending in an E varana or A varana, or by Sadhita Pratyaha, or the long E in that case, E varana or A varana takes lopaha. We use this many times. I think when you're echoing, future when. So we got Y, Kr, T plus A. So this is from 1-4. So is Bhasanya and Padasanya very fundamental. So when you add Swadi, you can get Bhasanya or Padasanya. That's very, very fundamental. So Vaikritam. Okay. So
Satish ji.
Yes, any mistake?
Is this analogous to Prakriti and Prakritam?
Yeah, so Prakritam. So yeah, Prakriti and Prakritam. Yes, Prakriti and Prakritam. We don't know what meaning is coming, but the operations are the same. Prakriti and Vyakritam. Prakriti, Prakritam. Yes, that I think it comes from the same. Prakriti become Prakritam, Adi Vriddhi, ending Ikara dropping by Yasyati. So yes, but we have seen what meaning it might be coming. But yes, the operations are the same. I think it looks to be the same. Prakriti and Prakritam. So maybe like crude, maybe Prak might be crude form, Prakriti is crude Prakritam.
Satish?
Yes.
Since our great proofreader missed it, one of the typos, the Pratipa Pavanadi.
Pratipa.
Yeah, just going back 5 lines on the document.
Yeah, Pratipa Pavanadi.
Yeah, you want to go you have Pa.
I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. Yes. I was trying to go and read that one. So yes, Pratipa Pavanadi.
Yeah. Right.
Pratipa Pavanadi. Yes, Pratipa Pavanadi. Yeah, Pratipa. Okay. Okay, I got it now. Okay. Pratipa Pavanadi. Thank you. Okay, so Vaikritam is Vikritihi eva Vaikritam. So it means the disturbance. So Viksha or Preksha is what we have. Now Preksha, of course, is the Pratyaktva. Twa has become Lyap. We've seen this many times now. So won't look in, the Sutram is 3-4-21 is Samana Kritikayoha Purva Kale. I think all of you who have been following the Saturday examples, I hope you're following the Saturday examples. See, one thing you can do on the website is also search for a Sutram, On the website, you can search for particular Sutrams. If you have on the website, for example, this is what you're doing right now, is looking at the form Preksha. So Pratyak Twa has been used and Twa has changed to Lyap. If you just go on the website and just search for this, 3-4-21, you will find a lot of examples here. 3-4-21. So in 3-4-21, look at see all the examples we've given here. So you can click on any one of these, and the Twa becomes Lyap. All these things are coming in many examples. Samankriti Purva Kale, Drishtva, so Pravishya. For example, let's look at this one just quickly to give you an example. So its website is searchable. This avgsanskrit.org is searchable. So for example, here was a question. The Twa Pratyaya is used when we have the same doer doing 2 actions, and the earlier action, the Dhatu takes Twa Pratyaya, the Twa becomes Lyap by Samasanyang Purve Ktva Lyap. So all of you have got many of these examples already with you. So this is nothing new to you. So 3-4-21 and so on. So this, what I'm trying to point out to you is that this website is searchable. If you want to do Pratyaya Lyap, so let's say Pratyaya Lyap, you can just search on the website, put the Pratyaya Lyap and see what comes up, Lyap. So maybe if you want to go to the examples, see what examples come up, Pratyaya Lyap. See Lyap. So again Lyap. See, so you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 examples a year for you. So you can, if you don't understand, you can look at any of these examples, and you can again, look at these details here. So that's why we're putting a lot of effort on this website to make it searchable, make it usable, and as we add more and more material here, you make it more useful. So you can just see that the Pratyak Twa is added. There should be a Twa, actually not Twa, but anyway, and the becomes the Lyap. So Preksha is a form that we have right now. So Dhatu is Iksh, comes in Gita. Ikshate yoga yukta atma sarvatasama darshanaha. Bhagavad Gita Dhatu Iksh. Iksh is to gaze, to look, to notice. So Preksham is to observe, and take maybe meaning to observe. So Iksh Dhatu comes in Gita. Let's see, Iksh, Ikshate. So 629 in Gita, Dhatu Iksh has come. He looks upon. Preksha, like Prekshakaha is in the audience, the Prekshakaha. So one who, onlooker, Prekshakaha. So let's just put in document. So Prekshya, very briefly. So it was Para, plus dhatu iksh, and then we use the pratyak twa. Twa became lyap. Of course, in the lyap by Lashakwata Ditev and Halantyam, the ya remains behind. And so we get, remember the Sthanivat Bhavaha, because the lyap came in place of twa. You shouldn't put lyap directly, because because it came in place of twa, it also is considered kit pratyaya. So you should never skip any steps, because when you replace something by something else, it inherits the properties of what it replaced. The substitute inherits the property of what it replaced. Sthanivat bhava. It's a very important concept. So never skip any of these steps. Put the pratyak twa first. After that, make twa into lyap. Lyap come because we have a samasa with pra. Because of pra, it became a lyap. So preksha, of course, ad gunaha between the pra and the iksha to use ad gunaha. So preksha. Okay, so preksha. Now we have samana karta doing two actions. The first thing you want to do is who is the samana karta and what's his second action. So who is the samana karta and what's his second action is what you want to find out. So let's look at it here. So I think it's pretty obvious. So tat prati papavanadi vaikritam preksha. This is kshitehe ishvaraha. Kshitehe ishvaraha, kind of straightforward. Kshiti means Prithvi, Dharani, Bhumi. So kshitehe ishvaraha means bhupatihi, means the king. Kshitehe shashti ekvachanam. Kshitehe also you should practice some of your rules, ghe niti and nyasina soscha. Ghe niti nyasina soscha. These also rules you can get practice, because any Subandha Prakriya rules they're on the website now. So you want to use kshitehe. It's put in document ghe niti sutram here. Kshitehe ishvaraha means Lord. So Prithivyaha ishvaraha, kshitehe ishvaraha. We have the Pajapati kshiti plus pratyaya nyas. Important to practice these rules that we have learned. So I think it's going to be around. So ghe niti sutram here is the kshiti gets the ghisanya, shesho ghiya sakhi, and when the nit pratyaya it takes a guna adesha. So kshiti becomes kshite, pratyaya nyas. So 73111, and along with nyasina soscha. So 73111, 61110. You already have these rules with you now, so please practice them. Any of these rules you can search on the website and get more examples for you. So kshitehe, we can put over here kshitehe. So kshitehe we use ghed niti sutram, ghed niti, followed by nyasina soscha. So if you want to, for example, if you want to search for nyasina soscha, 61110 sutram we're just using right now, 61110. What you can do is that you can take the 61110 and you search for that and see what all hits you can get. Let's see 61110. Let's see what we find. 61110, and see where it has been used, and you get maybe you'll get 3-4 examples over here of the sutram ghed niti. So here it is. There should be some examples. I know we have used it. Okay, so here you get in the Gauhu we used. Here we use 61110. In Mahodadehe we use 61110. So yes, you got 1, 2. How many? You got many examples you have over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 examples. So any of these rules that you want to practice, please just search on the website and practice. So the Prajapatikam was kshiti, that gets the ghisanya, and ghed niti we got the guna adesha. In between the ekaraha and the following akara of the pratyaya nyas, we get the puraprayoho ekadesha. Puraprayoho ekadesha kshiteha. So really what we had was we had kshiti plus nyas is what we had. We had kshiti plus nyas. Kshiti plus nyas. Kshiti plus nyas. Okay. So kshitehe ishvaraha is of course just Vasu.
Yes, Satish ji.
Typo?
No typo. The Sampreksha is found in Bhagavad Gita 6.13.
Oh, 6.13, thank you. 6.13?
6.13, 1-3.
Okay, let's see. 6.13, thank you. So 6.13, Gita. 6.13, I'm sorry. 6.13. Okay, Sampreksha, yes. Very good. Sampreksha nasikagram samchichanamalokayan. Comes in Gita. Sampreksha is 6.13 of Gita. Thank you, Vasu, for example. You can also search Gita and see if you can find similar usages. So Gita, I'll put Gita 6.13. Thank you, Gita 6.13. The more pointers we have to help us remember these things, it is Sampreksha. Sampreksha is a form in Gita. Okay, so now I'll figure out this one. There is Sampreksha. Okay, so Sampreksha, 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 Sampreksha. Okay, cool. Okay, so Kshiteha Ishvaraha, she is Samanakarta, so Dasharataha. So Kshiteha Ishvaraha, Vaikrutam Preksha. Having noticed the disturbance, what did he do? Shantim Adhikritya. Again, one more Lyap Pratyaya. Tva becoming Adhikru. Adhikru means with that in mind. With that in mind, or in reference to that. Adhikru means that is the topic. With that in mind. So Shantim Adhikritya. Same process here. Adhi plus Kru. Only thing, one thing here. Tuk Agama, you try it when? Adhikritya. Tuk Agamaha. The same process. We need Tuk Agama. Any chance you can tell us that one? Adhikritya. Just like Preksha. Same, we have to use the same form, Adhikritya. So we can use the same rules, but you need Tuk Agamaha. You want to try it when? Give it a hint. So,
Adhikru.
Adhikru, Pratyaya Lyap came in. You need Tuk Agamaha. Tuk, that needs to take a Tuk Agamaha. So I'm looking for a sutram when. Tuk Agamaha for the Kru.
Where the Tuk Agamaha?
Tuk Agamaha. So we are using the same rules, Saman Pratyaya Purvakale, and then we are also using the Samasanyang Purva Lyap. And then, okay, the sutram for you when is Rasvasya Pitikati Tuk. So if you have a Rasvanta Mangam, Pratyaya which is a Pit Pratyaya, Lyap has a Pit, it takes a Tuk Agama, Rasvasya Pitikati Tuk. Rasvasya Pitikati Tuk. So one more time, if you have Rasvanta Mangam, I shouldn't say Angam is not Angasyadikara, really, it's not Angasyadikara. If you have Rasva, Rasva means Swara only, vowel, Rasva Swara, followed by a Pitikriti, Sut Pratyaya which has spurs in it, then the Tuk Agama comes to the Rasvasya. Pitikriti Tuk. So 6-1, this is very easy to remember when, because right after that is Samhitayam.
Okay.
This is right
6-1?
Yeah, 6-172 is Samhitayam. 6-171 Rasvasya Pitikriti Tuk. So 6-171 if you take that one. So 6-171 brings the Tuk Agamaha.
Rasvasya Pitikriti Tuk.
Rasvasya. So Kru is a Rasvaha. Followed by Lyap is a Pit Kut Pratyaha. Good things. Because Lyap Pratyaya came from the Pratyaya Tva. The Tva came from 3-121. The Adhikara, Kuda thing, Adhikara starts from 3-190 something. So the Tva was the Kut Pratyaha. The Lyap took place of that. The Sthanivad Bhavat. Lyap also is the Kut Pratyaha. It has a purse in it. So Rasvasya Pitikrit Tuk Agamaha. Tuk Agama, of course, Anubandha Lope only, Takara remains. Takara only remains because of Halantyam, Upadesha Jananasika it, Halantyam. So Anubandha Loke, Takara Vashishyate. And
so the Lyap now counts as Pit or Krit?
Both. It's a Krit Pratyaya which has spurs in it.
Right. So the Twa still stays. So it is Kit.
The Twa Pratyaya had yes. So really it also has spurs in it. Yeah, it's a good point because if a Sthaniya Udbhav, it retained the kitness of the Tva Pratyaya.
So does it mean? So the second Pratyaya will not have any effect, all those it letters?
No, see the Lyap came in place of Tva. Tva has
Right.
curse in it, right?
Correct.
But Sthaniya Udbhavaha, even Lyap will retain curse in it. But the Lyap
So now,
itself
yeah.
has Pakara and Lakara in it also. So now
So this is going to have the effect of the Kit and also Pit.
yes. So sometimes if they conflict though,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Then you may have to ignore one of them, the prior one. Then so, in this case, there's not any conflict as such. So we can retain.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it will have curse in it, but Sthanivad Bhava, and then
Right.
Sakshat Pakara is so the Pakara is in it right there inside there. So what Vane is asking is that the Lyap came in place of the Tva. Tva had curse in it, so even Lyap is considered to have occurs in it by Sthanivad Bhava. And then, but what is Sthanivad Bhava I'm talking about? Sthanivad Adesh Anal Vidhau. So any Adesha which comes has Sthanivad Bhava. It retains the properties of the item it replaced. It retains the properties. So Sthanivad Bhava, Sthanivad Adesh Anal Vidhau, 146. So the Pratyaya Lyap itself has spurs in it. So that enables us to Suk Agamaha. So Adhikritya, Adhikritya. It comes a lot in grammar commentary. Iti Adhikritya means making that the topic, with that in mind, with that intention, with that subject in mind, making that the subject. So Adhikritya. So Adhikritya. We got it. Okay. So Adhikritya. So now one more thing. We have now three actions, right? We have three actions. We have Vaikritam Prekshya, Shantim Adhikritya, and Anvayunkta. So we have three actions. So normally with 3.4.21, Samana Kritika Purva Kale, it says only two actions. But you can extend that. So you can extend that to more than two actions by the Vyakhyanam on 3.4.21. 3.4.21 Vyakhyanam says that Dvivachanam Matantram. Dvivachanam Matantram. Dvivachanam Matantram means there can be more than two actions. Dvivachanam Matantram. So he says, let's see. It says Dvivachanam Matantram. This also been covered in the examples on the website. So Snatva, Pitva, Bhuktva Vajati. So having bathed, having drunk, having eaten, he goes. There can be more than two actions also. 3.4.21, Dvivachanam Atantram. Dvivachanam Atantram. So that's what we need to keep in mind. That we can have more than two actions, because here we have Prekshya, Adhikritya, and then we finally have Anvayunkta. So we have three actions. So Dvivachanam Atantram. This is the Vyakhyanam on 3.4.21. We may have more than two actions. Dvivachanam Atantram. So right now we have three of them, which is Vikritam Preksha, and then Shantim Adhikritya, and then Anvayunkta, Anvayunkta. Okay, that's his final action. Means he asked. So having noticed the disturbance, with keeping in mind or with the intention of removing the problem, he asked his guru. That's the simple sentence. The construct sentence is that having noticed the disturbance and with the intention of pacifying or removing the problem, he asked the guru. That's the sentence. So Adhikritya Pratkritya Vitta. Kritya Vitt also is Upabal Samasa. So Krityam Veti the Kritya Vitta. Kritya Vitt. Krityam means Kartum Yogyam. Krityam, it is a Kritya Pratyaha. Because this is also one of the Panini style, is that the class of Pratyayas might be given a name which is based on a famous, usage with that Pratyaya itself. So Kritya itself is a Kritya Pratyaha. The Kritya is the Pratyaya which we use the Kritya Pratyaha, because Kritya is such a common form. The Adhikara Ashtadhyaya Krityaha, Ashtadhyaya Adhikara Satkrityaha, Adhikara Ashtadhyaya Ashtadhyaya, I think it's 3.195. The first Krit Pratyaya Panini start discussing Krityaha. Krityaha. So Krityaha Prangnaraha. The word Krityaha comes from the word Kritya, which itself uses a Krit Pratyaha. Kritya. So it is the three of them, Tavyat, like we say, Kartavyam, Karaniyam, Karyam, and Krityam. Now, generally speaking, the a dhatu can only take one of these year pratyayas. The Tavyat and Aniyar is fine. You can take those. But generally speaking, you can only become Karya or Kritya. Now, how come both of these are coming for dhatu Kriya? Kritya also is a form that we know. We also know the form Karya. So now how come we are getting both of these ones? So there must be some sutram which says that this is 3.1.120. Vibhasha Kru Vrishoho. Vibhasha Kru. So let's look at 3.1.120 quickly. Kritya Vit. The Kritya means Kartum Yogyam Krityam. So one who knew what was to be done. So this is qualifying the Dasharataha. It can also qualify maybe with Vasishtha also. So 3.1.120. Let's look at the Vyakhyanam. Vibhasha kru vishoho, vibhasha kru vishoho. Sutram says that kriyaha vishascha vibhasha kyap pratyaya bhavati. So it takes the kyap pratyaya optionally. Kyap pratyaya optionally. So it can also take the pratyaya nyat, become krityam and karyam. Both are possible. Dhatu kru. Normally only one of these is possible. Why only one of these? Because the sutram says that vasrupostriyam. Vasrupostriyam. If you have a pratyaya which has sarupaha, so sarupaha means it has the same, after removing the it letters, if you only the same letters remain, the pratyaya ya. So this kyap and the pratyaya nyat anubandha lope ya avashishyate. So then in that case only one of them could have been used. One of them can be used. But this special sutram 31120 allows us to make kritya, and also the karyam also remains. So quickly now, in fact, here also we have the tuk agamaha. So 31120 kritya. The kritya has been used. So dhatu kru, pratyaya kyap has been used. So kyap. So 31120. So please one again for us. What's doing here is first guna adesha is stopped. So the ka is an it, because of the shakwata they take ka and is it. Ka is an it means kiniticha. Kiniticha means no guna adesha. Normally you would have had sarva dhatu karzaka yoho gunaha. Guna adesha has been stopped because of ka is an it. Again same thing. Rasvasya petikriti tuk 6171 from kritya. So we saw it twice now. So we have this thing in twice. We have so right nice back to back. Rasvasya petikriti tuk we had in the adhikritya and kritya, different pratyayas. This was pratyaya lyap was being used, adhikritya. In kritya the pratyaya being used is kyap. But both of them have the sanya of krit pratyaya there. They also have pers in it. So kritya we'll just finish this one now. So we can use the same sutra as before, kritya. So kritya. Okay, kritya. So tuk agamaha. So first of all, remove these letters by shakvatadjite, and halantyam. Then guna nishedha by 115 niticha. So 115 basically is stopping 73. 115 stops 7384. 384, and then we finally get the tuk agamaha. The swasya tuk kritya. And because of C1120 we could get kyap pratyaya, and also the pratyaya nyat comes also, so we can get karya and kritya. And then samasa is simple, is that krityam.
Yes, Satish?
Yes, go ahead.
Satish, the it letter, let's say to make it kit, it can be the beginning ka or the ending ka, either way it makes no difference?
It doesn't say.
Like kyap or tuk.
Kyap has ka in the beginning.
Right, whereas tuk agama has a ka at the end. They both are kit.
Tuk is an agama.
Tuk is agama. Okay. But even if it's pratyaya,
yeah, the ka doesn't have to be in the beginning. Doesn't say. As long as
okay,
the ka,
all right.
it
Somewhere there. Okay.
It can come. It doesn't have to be beginning. Okay, so now just kritya with, krityam veti, again with the pratyaya probably quip has been added, which again is 0. So dhatu is with. So krityam veti te kritya with. Anvayungta. Look at the commentary now. For the commentary, tat pratipa pavanadi, we already talked that is part of the samasa. So vaikritam durnimittam, which was suggesting some bad omens, disturbance, some bad omen. Durnimittam, prekshya, no commentary. Kritya with karyajnaha. Look what is given the word karyajnaha. So he's given a paryashan. Kritya with, he gave karyajnaha. So karyam, so janati iti jnaha. Athva karyam janati iti karyajnaha. You can also uppada samasa with that. This also we have seen before. Karyajnaha is aton upasarge kaha. But the ka used, we've seen this before. Aton upasarge kaha. If you look at the, as I said to you, from 3 to 1 starts all these main rules for upapada samasas, and 3 to 3 aton upasarge kaha. If you have no upasarga, and if you are adanta dhatuhu, then pratyaya ka can be used. So karyajnaha, which Malinatha is given, karyajnaha, and say karyam janati the karyajnaha, just like krityam veti the kritya with, he gave the alternate form karyajnaha. So karyam janati, so karyam karya plus karyam janati. Of course, karya was formed using the same rule 3.1.120, said that, this kyap was optional. So when kyap doesn't come, then the pratyaya nyat comes, ruhalod nyat. Ruhalod nyat is the default, so that one is. So this is also a nice section of the Ashtadhyayi kritya pratyaha, which we can practice. So ruhalod nyat is the default rule, ruhalod nyat, ruhalod nyat, ruhalod nyat, ruhalod nyat. So that says that the nyat pratyaya can come after rukaranta dhatu. So 3.1.124, ruhalod nyat. So this vibhasha was skru, but otherwise ruhalod nyat would have come. So that is the optionality for kyap. So 3.1.124, ruhalod nyat. Let's put that in there, ruhalod nyat. Ruhalod nyat. Okay. Then get the dhatu nya. So dhatu is nya. Nya plus the pratyaya ka. So this 3.2.3. So ato upasarge kaha. Remove this letter of ka, lashakwatudite, only akara vashishyate. So akara vashishyate, 138, 138. And then when you want to try this one, remove the akara of nya by what sutram? Atolopeticha. 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 If you have adantamangam followed by pratyaya with ajadi kitnit, then the akara of nya will drop. You get only nya. So karya nya, karyam janati di karya. Same meaning as kutyam veti di kutyavit. Kutyam veti di kutyavit. So, okay. Then kriter ishvaraha, no commentary on that, obvious. Shantim anartha nivrittim. So shantim now means peace. But here it is not really peace, it means anartha nivrittim. Anartha means that something is undesired, which is anartha means which has no good purpose. So, anartham is anartha nivrittim, means the removing the problem, removing the evil. Anartha nivrittim. So shantim has a very special meaning here. The shanti has has this meaning which we not be used to this meaning all the time. So one of the commentator has given that in the shanti there are in Sanskritam you have this in Shastram we have these works like Shanti Ratnaha, Shanti Saraha, Shanti Mayukhaha. So all these texts which tell you what to do when you have some problems, some bad, durnimittam, when you have some, dushakanam, in that case you can perform different kind of, rituals or whatever for Shanti. Shanti means removing the bad omens or, some bad influence. So Shantim anartha nivrittim adhikritya uddishya. Adhikritya uddishya. So look at the equation of adhi plus kru can mean ud plus dish. Uddish. Means targeting that. Intending that, with that in mind. So adhikru uddish. These are the equations that you need to form in your mind and keep them, because these you cannot get from Vyakaranam. You have to only learn these from usages. So adhi plus kru has been commented upon as ud plus dish. Ud plus dish. Of course, this does not have to be only meaning. It can be various meanings possible. In this context, is ud plus dish means uddishyam is targeting, intending to accomplish that. So uddishya. Gurum vasishtham, straightforward. Gurum vasishtham. Anvayunkta. Anu plus yuj dhatu. Anu yuj means apruchat. So this is a usage which also will not be used to. So second equation now. Anu plus yuj can be dhatu pracha. So anu plus yuj can give the same meaning as to ask. Anu yuj. So this is, let's put that. So this upasarga dhatu combination when we have to just be able to, get from the usages. Anu yuj takes the meaning of dhatu pracha. Anu yuj is pracha. So anvayunkta. Anvayunkta means it is lang lakaraha. Anvayunkta. So the adagama has come, of course, anu is upasargaha. Sarga anu plus the adagamaha. Lung lung shradataha. So adagamaha. And dhatu yuj is the seventh grana dhatu. So ridadi vyashnam. So what happens here is that inside here comes the shnam pratyaya. Pratyaya shnam. Shnam means the because the pratyaya shnam, it has the makars and itr. So because of the makara and it infixes itself inside the dhatu. Because of mo as an it, when we use midachonchatparaha, so this is a case when the pratyaya is taking mo as an it. Normally when agamaha is mo as an it, but this is a pratyaya which goes and infixes itself inside the dhatu because of midachonchatparaha. So shnam, and then the dhatu is yuj is the dhatu, yuj, and because using atmanipadam, you have the pratyaya ta atam ja. So anva yungta. Now the question is we need a sutram to drop the akara in shnam. Of course in the shnam anubandha lope only na remains. Anubandha lope na remains, but the shakwatadite and halantyam. Halantyam only the nakar na shabda remains. What we need now is to remove the akara from that na. Then our job is done. Then we can do chohoku over here, kharicha, make it into the anuswara, naschaprantasya jali, and anuswasi parasavarnaha. So we want to get one sutra to remove the akara of the no. Only nakara avashishyate, nakara ishyate atra. So that one is nasoral lopaha. Nasoral lopaha. Nasoral lopaha. Nasoral lopaha. So 6-4. Nasoral lopaha 6-4. I think it is 1-1-1. So let's look at 6-4-1-1-1. Once we get that, we can finish this form. 6-4-1-1-1. Nasoral lopaha. Nasoral lopaha. 6-4-1-1-1. Nasoral lopaha. What does Sutram say? Nasoral lopaha. It says that Shnasya astescha akarasya lopo bhavati sarvadhatuke kiniti parataha. Pratyaya which has a sanya of sarvadhatukam, ka in it, then it takes the akar lopaha. So what do we have right now? Pratyaya, we have the pratyaya, so this is 6-4-1-1-1. Pratyaya ta is falling. That ta doesn't really have sakshat chit nit, but sutram is that sarvadhatukam apitta. Sarvadhatukam apitta. Pratyaya which has sanya of sarvadhatukam doesn't have pause in it, it becomes nitvat. Sarvadhatukam apitta. By 1-4, sarvadhatukam apit, we can make this pratyaya nitvat sarvadhatukam apit. Of course, things is sarvadhatukam apit. So by 1-4, the third pratyaya is considered to as if it has as in it. We can then use nasoral lopaha, and that will get us the form. So 1-4. So when you have a pratyaya which is sanya of sarvadhatukam, immediately check sarvadhatukam apit. So if it doesn't have pause in it, it becomes nitvat, as if it has the kavarga panchama as in it. So the first thing you want to do when you have pratyaya which is sarvadhatuka sanya, check if there's pause in it or not. If it doesn't have, then you have to make it nitvat. Sarvadhatukam apit. Okay. So let us do that. So let us now use. So then what do we get? We get anu of upasarga, then a, then you, na, and then ja, ta. Ja, ta. That's what we have. So this one is we use sarvadhatukam apit and shnasoral lopaha. Shnasoral lopaha. Nasoral lopaha. So now only you want to try Sandhi rules when for us? Sandhi rules. So our job is done. Only do the Sandhi rules. Now, which one you want to try to use when? So you want to get the form anvayungta. So what do you want to do then?
HOA Baba. So
No HOA. Where you got HOA? We got equivalence.
Equivalence.
Equivalence going to come last. Yeah. How about in between?
Oh, okay.
You can do equivalence, but it's a pruthak padam. Let's form this padam first. Ayungta. So nakar is going to become anuswara by nascha parantasya jali. So before that you get chohokuhu. The ja becomes ga by chohokuhu. So we can, when we use this one, the ja will get a with chohokuhu. The cha varga takes ka varga adeshaha jali padante. So this one is going to become ga. So chohokuhu we have used 8-30, and then will come what? Nascha parantasya jali anuswaraha. So this now become anuswaraha by 8-3-24. Nascha parantasya jali. Nascha parantasya jali anuswaraha. Nascha parantasya jali anuswaraha. Nascha parantasya jali anuswaraha. And then after that, next thing, we have to use kharicha. the G becomes a kakara. If jal is followed by a kar letter, it becomes the number 1, char. Becomes anva, and finally, anuswarasya parastavarnaha. Anuswarasya parastavarnaha. So we get anva, yung, yungta, yungta, anvayungta, anvayungta, anvayungta. So what we used was kharicha and anuswarasya parastavarnaha. Parastavarnaha. We also use that one back here, right? Parastavarnaha. Where we also use that from anuswarasya parastavarnaha. Where we use that from? Yeah, we use it over here. 84, 8450, 859. So one more time. Dhatu anu plus yuj. It is the meaning of pracha, to ask. Lang lakara we are using. So it is in Atmanipadam. So it, because the karta is Dasharataha, it is Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam. So we have to use Pratyaya Ta. And the Shnam Pratyaya comes in. The Shnam, by the way, comes as an Apavada for Shap. As Kartri Shap is default. Kartri Shap is a default Pratyaya, Kartri Shap. And the Apavada for Ruzadibhyashnam. Ruzadibhyashnam. So that's what we have to find. There must be this Ruzadibhyashnam. So 3178. So we use 3178 in here. Ruzadibhyashnam 3178, 3178. Ruzadibhyashnam. Krishnam came in here. And the important sutram here was 64111, which removed the akara of shnam. Shnasoral lopaha. Shnasoral lopaha. Shnasoral lopaha. This one also, don't forget, Midachontyatparaha. Midachontyatparaha came, it infixed itself after, because dhatu was yuj. The ukara is the last ach in there. So this one went after the last ach, to become ayujnam jata, and then after that sandhi rolls, we used the chohokuhu, nasyavadantasya jali anuswaraha, then we did kharicha, the ja became in ka, and then anuswarasya parasavarnaha, 8458. So that is what we have, anvayungta. So this is the important thing, is that anu plus yuj means pracha. Gives Amar Kosha here.
Satishji?
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't put down the sutra number for the eco energy.
Yeah, and after that we have to use eco energy. After that, because it's separate padam, eco energy 6177. Thank you. Anvayungta. Anvayungta. Now, he put prashno anuyogaha pritcha chaityamaraha. So these are words which are prashnaha. So prashno anuyogaha pritcha cha. He justified the meaning that he's given us. Anu plus yuj. How it became to ask? Because Amar Kosha gives prashnaha anuyogaha pritcha. Of course, prashna and pritcha from dhatu pracha. This is a feminine noun. This is a masculine noun. Prashnaha pritcha. Anuyoga, anuyuj is also being Amar Kosha. Same meaning as prashnaha anuyogaha. So that's why he's justifying the meaning of anvayungta ika prichat. Apricha also lang lakaraha dhatu pracha aprichat. So saha guruho. What the guru say? Saha guruho. Now this krityavit could qualify Dasharatha, it could qualify guru also, possibly. But by the placement, Dasharatha is probably it qualifies because he's coming first. So Krite Ishvaraha. Krityavit is back here. But by the declension of the Prathama Ekavachanam, Krityavit can also qualify Dasharataha. Saha Guruho. According to the Tika, of course, qualifies only Dasharataha. Krityavit Krite Ishvaraha. Notice the Anvaya done in the Shlokaha is that he puts the adjective before the noun. So Krityavit is the adjective. Ishvaraha, Krite Ishvara is the noun. Adjective before noun. But you can also connect Krityavit with the Sishtaha also. Saha Guruho. Swantam is Suantam. Swantam is Suantam. So Su is Shobhanaha. Antaha Yasya Tat. Swantam. So Su Antaha Yasya Tat. Swantam. Not Swantam, sorry, Swantam. Swantam means that which is a good ending. Good ending. Means it is something which has a good after effect. So the end result is good. So Swantam. Shubhodarkam. Okay, so let me put the Vigrahavakyam of Swantam. Vigrahavakyam of Swantam is a Bahuri compound, which is Su and which is Shobhanaha, 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 Su is an avyayam, the meaning of Shobhanaha, Antaha, Yasya Tat. Of course, when you see the word Yasya in the Vigraha Vakyam, Yasya Tat, you know it is that is a formula for the Bahuri compound, Yasya Tat. So that disturbance, that Vaikritam, was Swantam. Means it was going to have a good final ending, with good ending, simply good ending. Yasya Tat Swantam. That is Swantam. Of course, equal energy is being done there. Swantam. So Bahuri compound, Shobhanaha, Antaha, Yasya Tat Swantam. So these are usages we can learn Swantam. So and Shubhodarkam, Udarkaha. You can expand your vocabulary Udarkaha. Let's go to Apteji, see what he says. Udarkaha. Udarkaha means the effect, the phalam, the end result. Also Udarkaha. Also, like this is a nice expression. Udarkaha. Dukkhodarkam. Dukkhodarkam means it is something which is going to have sorrow behind it. It's going to end in sorrow. Shubhodarkam. Shubhodarkam means it is going to have a good ending. Udarkaha. Let's see what is Udarkaha. Udarkaha is, let's see, Udarkaha. Udarkaha is a conclusion or end. Conclusion, end. So result, consequence, future result. Udarka Kalyano. Kalyanodarkam. Kalyanodarkam Bhavishyati. It will be something which will have a auspicious end. So Safalodarkaha means the ending will be successful. Safalodarkaha. This is, this is very expression we want to learn, that Sukhodarkam, Dukkhodarkam, Kalyanodarkam, Safalodarkam. These are means that Udarkaha, conclusion. So we can make the Vigraha Vakyam ourselves over here. Shubhaha, Udarkaha, Yasya Tat. So what did he do? He made Su as Shubha and made Anta as Udarkaha. So means the consequent result. So the same thing he has replaced. These are the kind of words that we want to use when we speak, when we compose. So we can say Su, instead of Su, he made Malinatha made Shubhaha Udarkaha. So it's a new word for us today. Udarkaha. Udarkaha comes in Bhagavad, many places. Udarkaha, many places it comes. Shubhaha Udarkaha Yasya Tat. So that is something which has a good consequence. Shubhodarka Yasya Tat. Shubhodarkam. Okay, I think almost we are done here. Let's see if anything left here. Okay, Bhavi. So Bhavin means it is the future is going to be. Bhavi means in the future. So Bhavin. Shubhodarkam Bhavi. But in Bhavin means future, which is going to be. Shubhodarkam Bhavi. Iti Tasya. Tasya is coming in the shloka. Tasya Rajnyaha Vyatham Alagayat Laghu Kritavan. Okay. Let's look at this. Requires some little bit of work for us now. So Alagayat. Not a very common word. This is what is called as, you can take a Pradipadikam. Okay, let's look at this from Alagayat. So I'll try to keep it as brief as possible because we can spend a lot of time on this form Alagayat. I'll give you some pointers and you can follow up on that on your own. Let's look at first this pratyaya nich has been used over here. Nich has been used. Nich is used, we know two sutras, right? Which is the Churadibhyo nich, Swarthe nich. We also know Hetumaticha, what's called as a causative. Under Hetumaticha, there is a Vartikam. In the Kashika. Also, Vartikam also comes in the Dhatu part also. So I'll give you both of the references. If you want to look at more details, you can look at there. So Hetumaticha, there is a Vartikam. Is tad let's see, Tat Karoti iti upasankhyanam sutrayati ityataha. So Tat Karoti, when somebody does that whatever that thing might be, in that meaning also that Pratipadikam, in this case Laghu. So Laghu Karoti Lagayati. Laghu Karoti Lagayati. So now what Malinatha has done is he has formed the Pratyaya Chvi. We'll get into what Malinatha has done in the in a moment. So he has taken this Alagayat Nich has been used here, and he has made Laghu Krutavan. Laghu Kru, that is, he has Pratyaya Chvi, so this is the Tadita form he has used. Okay, I'm going to give you some brief description. Otherwise, I think Vyakaran gets too much, then people get discouraged. So I'll give you a little bit short version of it. So now, if you want to look at the Dhatu Vritti also has this what's called Gana Sutram in Dhatu Vritti. In the Gana Sutram, so looking at the Rama Kapoor Trust, this the edition of Dhatu Vritti, Marive Dhatu Vritti, on page 726, says Pratipadikat. After Pratipadikam, Dhatvarthe, Bhulam Ishtavaccha, then Tat Karoti Tadachaste. So one who describes that, when he talks about that, one who does that. So in that meaning, if you want to create a dhatu, pratyaya nich can be used. So what we are basically doing is that we are taking this Pratipadikam Laghu, and we are making a new dhatu, Sadhita dhatu, adding a pratyaya nich. So Laghu is being taken and nich is being added. Nich is being tat karoti. So what I'm going to put here is I'm going to put this 3126 Vartikam. Is that this nich can be used for basically any Pratipadikam in the sense of doing that or describing that, telling that. So Laghu plus nich we can use. Now we want to get the form Laghi. If we get the form Laghi, then Alagayat will be easy for us. Laghi. We need one more operation here. Again, I'm not giving you all the details, but this is a Vartikam on this one. It's also a Ganapatha. It's also a Gana Sutram in the Churadi Ganaha. Also, it's a Gana Sutram. Again, Gana Sutram in the Ganapatha itself, there are some Gana Sutrani which extend it, which gives some more details. Gana Sutram in the Churadi Ganaha. Churadi Ganaha. Gana Sutram. So if you want to look at details, you can look at there also. Churadi Gana Sutram. So on page number 726 of the edition of the Dhatu Vritti edition. So you can look at either one. So the pratyaya nich can be used in the sense of doing that. So Laghu means light or to ease. So easing. So Lagayati means he makes it light, makes it ease, relieves, kind of reduces. So Lagayati. Now the question, normally when you have nich, this U should take, vriddhi and all that. But then comes the next part of the equation, which is again a Gana Sutram, which says Bahulam Ishtavaccha. Ishtan. The same karyam when you do when the Ishtan pratyaya is added, the same karyam you have to do when this kind of nich is added. So now where is that coming? So this is a difficult form, I'm sorry, but I hope I can give you some, okay. So in 6.4, is when in the Bhasya Adhikaraha, there is a section. There is a section which starts from this, I'll give you a section. It is the Tehe Vaha Utha. There are two sutras called Tehe. 143 is Tehe, one more Tehe, and this one away, I'm talking about this one. Turishthe me yassu. So when the Ishtan Pratyaya follows, when the Imanish Pratyaya follows, or the Iyasun follows, then this has to be done. Now, why are we coming here right now? We don't have Ishtan, we don't have Imanich, we don't have Iyasun, because this let's go on to the Sutram Tehe and tell you what we are coming here. Okay, so 64155. We need this. If we don't do this, we cannot get the form Alagayata. So unfortunately, there's no other way but to look at some of these details. And I'm going to keep it as short as possible. But Tehe, Sutram says that also has a Vartikam on there. Now Ishtavat Pratipadikasya Karyam Bhavatiti Vaktavyam. So now, when the Pratyaya nich follows, which is what we're doing right now, Pratipadikasya, not for only Pratipadikam takes nich. In that case, the Pratipadikam is Ishtavat Karyam Bhavati. So as if Ishtan is following. So now, by this sutra, Tehe, we need a T lopa of Laghu become Lag. Laghu becomes Lag. So 64155 Vartikam. 64155 Vartikam is going to remove the T bhaga of Laghu, and then we are done. then we are finished. Because once you get the form lag, basically laghi, of course in the niche, the chutu halantyam, only e remains chutu halantyam. So 64155 vartikam, the T lopaha, 641. Okay, let me summarize this one more time. There's also a Gana Sutram on the same thing in the Ganapata, in the Churadi Gana, also a Gana Sutram in the Dhatu Pada, also a Gana Sutram on this, also in the Kashika as a Vartikam on this. So, okay, what did we do? We had the Pratipadikam Laghu. You want to get the form Alagayat which Kalidasa has used. Okay, that's the bottom line. We want to get that form Alagayat. Means made light or relieved, reduced. To get that form, we have to Pratyaya niche has to be used. Because remember, as I told you before many times, look at the aya over there, aya, alagayat. So that this aya coming in there is an indication for you that niche may have been used. Like in Gita, mohayasi, that aya. Why aya? Niche takes guna, it becomes a, echo yavaya, when shap comes after that, it becomes aya. So this alagayat, if you saw, this aya coming in, you know laghu. Laghu, I think most of you know the word laghu means light or easy, reduced, easier. So this aya. So that should tip you off that niche may have been used over here. But laghu is a pratipadikam. Laghu is a pratipadikam, not a dhatu. So we cannot generally use a niche pratyaya after dhatu. But that's why we started with this vartikam on 3126. Tat karoti tadachashte means one who does that, one who describes or talks about that, also niche can come. So we use pratyaya niche. Then we need to remove this ukara of laghu. The T bhaga had to be removed. So that we went under the vartikam on 64155 te here, which says that ishtavaccha. So whatever karyam is done in ishtan pratyaya, same karyam is done when the niche is used with the pratipadikam. Okay, little bit advanced for this class, but that's how we get the form laghi. Once you get the form laghi, then straightforward. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention in the last one, we brought in the adagamaha. Adagamaha is by 6471. Okay, 6471. Lung 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 6471. So same thing here. We get the adagamaha, and then we won't go through all the steps, because just like chori becomes chorayat, laghi becomes alagayat. So there's not rest of it is easy now. Once you get the dhatu laghi, then alagayat is easy, because you get plus laghi plus pratyaya shap. Shap is going to come because the pratyaya tip is going to come. So I'm going to just put the final form here, alagayat. So nothing is special. Alaghay plus of the shap plus the. Okay, let's put some rules down here. First of all, the adagamaha is by 6471. Lung 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 shuradattaha 6471. Next thing is that the niche takes guna, the sarvadhatuka ardhaka yoha gunaha. After that, echo yavayavaha. So of course, echo yavayavaha, the a becomes I. In the meanwhile, in the shap, of course, lashakvatadite halantyam, and then also you're going to remove the ikara of the tip by itascha. So if lakara has the kavarga panchama as an it, then the ending ikara of, just like who becomes abhavat, the ending ikara of the goes for alagayat. So one more time, laghu is the pratipadikam, niche was allowed after pratipadikam because of the vartikam and ganasutram, which say that tat karoti tadachashte. So doing that, describing that, niche can be used after pratipadikam. And in fact, I think in the Kashika, he also gives the example lagayati. So if you look at the Kashika, we're just looking at lagayati. See, lagayati is already given by Kashika example on the Sutram Teha. Lagayati. So we needed that, and then after that we did the T lopaha by the extension of 64155, or again the Ganasutram, we got laghi. After laghi, then of course alagayat, usual rules, guna, echoyavayavaha, itascha, and so on. Okay, so that is what we found. That's a difficult form in this shloka. In this shloka, I think the difficult form is this one. Is this 31126, because vartikam on that, and also the this one, the so tat karoti tadachashte and ishtavat. These two things are important. So these are difficult. And the tip off, as I mentioned to you, is the aya. You see the aya inside a dhatu, inside kudanta form, tinganta form. Tinganta form with the aya. Think of the nich pratyaya. Okay? And if you see a pratipadikam inside, then you can suspect that this niche has been used with the Vartika 131, like a nama dhatu basically, because you use a pratipadikam, make a dhatu out of it. So tasya rajnyaha vyatham, no comment. See, vyatham means his anxiety, his trouble. Alagayat laghu kritavan. Laghu kritavan. How become laghu kritavan? This pratyaya also is a chvi pratyaya, which also in the class, again, won't give you all the details. But I think you recall we've done this before in the class, pratyaya chvi. What is pratyaya chvi? Where does pratyaya chvi come? It comes in 5-4-50. 5-4-50, which says, abhutatad bhave, kru bhuvasti yoge, kru bhuvasti yoge, sampadya kartari chvi. Pratyaya chvi is a 0. Because of chutu, upadesh ajana nasika is vera praktasya. So what is pratyaya do? This is tadita pratyaya. Tadyataha. What it's doing is that on the condition that dhatu kru bhu or as is going to come after it. So kru bhuvasti yoge. Like spashtikaranam, you might have heard of this word, right? So spashtikaranam, so kru bhuvasti yoge. When something is being avudhatad bhave, when that which was not that before is being made that. So you can say aspashtam spashtam karoti spashti karoti. So that which was not clear is being made clear. So same thing here. Alaghu, laghu karoti. So that which was not light is being made light. Laghu karoti. So pratyaya chvi can be used. And once the chvi is used by 5-4-50, then we can go and use this in 1-4, we can get the uryadi chvidachascha. Uryadi chvidachascha. Basically, this chvi ending term can act like an upasarga. It's not upasarga, it has a gati sanya, but behaves like it goes before a dhatu. So when say, because how can we use this? So this acts to create, it's like an upasarga goes before a dhatu, like anubhavati or whatever it might be. Same thing here, this chviyantam, sadhita rupam, that also can go before a dhatu kru bhu or as. Kru bhu or as. That's 1-4-61. The last thing you need, I'm sorry, this is kind of complicated form, but we've done in the class before. The last one you want to use is the sutram, is chvaucha. Laghu karoti. Laghu dirgha. Dirgha. 7-4. Let's look at these briefly. Let's look at this one, chvaucha. Again, we won't spend too much time more, but let's look at chvaucha. If you want to do on your own, I'm giving you the sutra numbers, so you can look it up if you need be. So chvaucha. What does chvaucha say? It says that chvi pratyaya parataha ajantasya angasya dirgho bhavati. Dirgho bhavati. So when that laghu took the pratyaya chvi, it became laghu. And then by 1-4-61, it gets the gati sanya, and then you can use it before a dhatu, conjunction with kru, bhu and as. So uryadeha shabdaha, like svi karoti, same sutram here. Chviyantaha, dajantascha, there's typo here I think. Kriya yoge gati sanya bhavati. So he gives, let's say, example he gives here. Uryadi chvidachascha. So uryadi. See here's shakalakritya. Shakalakritya. Shakala thing made into pieces. Shakalakritya. So okay. So let's put this down here. Maybe we can put like this. So laghu kritavan. So in laghu kritavan, what has happened here is that laghu kritavan. So laghu. I'm sorry. Laghu kritavan. Of course, once you can bring the dhatu kru, you can use it any form that you want. You can make a tingantam, you can make tudantam, laghu kritavan. Of course, laghu kritavan will become a compound. Tingantam cannot compound. So if you say Laghu Karoti is not a compound. Laghu Kritavan is a compound. Pratyaya Kritavat. Tavatu Pratyaha. Tavat Pratyaha. Laghu Kritavan. So Laghu Kritavan, of course, is Prathama Ekavachanam. So what we have used here, Pratyaya Chvi, we used Chvi. After that, we use the Chaucha Dirgha, and we also then use the 1461 where that got the Gati Sanya. Then Te Parag Dhatoho, they can be used before a Dhatu. So just in brief, this is what is happening there. In brief, 1479 is what it is doing. 1479 from 1480, I think. I'm sorry, 1480 Te Parag Dhatoho. Te Parag Dhatoho. This is in the commentary. That Laghu Kritavan is a Tadita Prayogaha on the condition that Kru Bhuvas is being used with that, and that Alagayat is relating a Dhatu from a Prativadikam. That is what Kalidasa has used. So this is some details for you on that. If you want to look at more details, if you have any questions, of course, email us. We'll try to answer that. So Alagayat Laghu Kritavan. So you ready, Ven, for some translation here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see where we are. I think which one do we have? This one maybe? No, prior one. 582. Okay. Now it says that having seen. Having seen.
Preksha, huh?
Preksha. The ill omen.
Vaikritam.
Vaikritam.
Or Pratipavanadi Vaikritam.
No, the Vaikritam is a Prutak Padam. So ill omen is Vaikritam.
Okay, the other gales of wind blowing. Okay.
Gales of wind blowing in opposite direction.
That is Pratipavanadi.
Tat Pratipavanadi. So the gales of wind is the Pavana. The blowing in opposite direction is Pratipa. And other such things is the Adi. The Pavanadi, the Bovary compound. I think Tat maybe Flourish, maybe he hasn't translated Tat. I think those. I would say those. Tat. Because the Tat also in there, right? Means previously described. Kilomen of those, maybe those gales of winds blowing in opposite direction, etc. The things. So the Lord is
Ishvara. Chitehe.
Knowing what was proper to be done.
Krityavid
is proper to be done.
I would have thought that if he's going to ask his Gurum, the Guru would be the one who would be Krityavid.
It can be, yes, it can be.
But of course, as you said, this being a Prathama, it has to go with Dashrata.
No. But because Guru also can say, Alagayat also can go with Guru also, Saha. Saha is down here, Guru. So it can go with
correct, but as the Malinatha says, no, it goes with Dashrata.
And look at the placement also. Because Krityavat is coming back here, Ishvara is coming first after that. Saha is coming later. So by the placement, clearly Ishvara should be given the first chance. But from the meaning, it could go with other. In fact,
Krityavat then comes Gurum, then comes Ishvara.
So Krityavat goes before, Gurum is Dvitiya, we cannot do that. Gurum is Dvitiya, but.
Right, no, but from Kalidasa, the Krityavat also is Dvitiya, right?
No, Prathama.
Okay, with him otherwise it will be.
Yeah, so Krityavidam.
Okay, so the Prathama decides that. Okay.
But he does say is that Krityaviditi Guru Visheshanam Va. Krityaviditi Guru Visheshanam Va. It can also be Guru Visheshanam. But yeah, so from the commentary it is one who knows what was proper to be done. Proper to be done is Kritya. And knowing is that with Krityavit. Asked is this one. Anvayunkta means a
having asked.
The spiritual advisor is Gurum. Regarding is adhikritya. Regarding adhikritya. Making that the topic. Regarding is a good translation. Adhikritya, regarding. So, shantim. Shantim is pacification. Tasya shantim.
Yes.
But
The lesson is.
but is not there for me.
But is not there.
Understood. He is saha. Lessened alagayat.
Alagayat.
His anxiety tadvyatham. Is tasya dasarathasya vyatham. Tadvyatham. His anxiety. It's a good translation. His anxiety. By assuring him. I think that is the iti ashvasya.
Assuring.
So iti is what is included. Like, swantam iti. Means iti means what? Iti uktva.
So thus,
yeah?
etc.
Iti ashvasya. So it should become ashvasayati. So having assured him that iti ashvasya, that it would produce good results in the end. So,
Swantam
is the
good ending.
The end is antam, and good results is suantam means good in the end, basically. Let it be good in the end. It'll be good in the so shubhodar comes swantam. Okay.
So if Dasharatha already knew what has to be done, he's just asking the Guru just for the sake of courtesy.
Yeah, the meaning. No, he knew that he has to ask the Guru.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's what he knew.
Okay, all right. Okay.
That's the meaning. In this situation, what to do, he knew.
I see.
Now he has to ask.
And he has to ask.
He has to ask the Guru.
Okay.
What to do. That's what he knew to do. Not
okay.
just be like, run around himself. He has to ask the Guru.
Okay.
That's what he knew to do. So, okay. So that is the shloka again. I think we got what, at the end of the day, we got what Mulinatha is saying. Most of it.
This shloka is tough.
Little bit tough because the swantam is little bit tough. The alagayat not very straightforward. Vaikrutam is also not a very common word.
Anvayunkta is tough.
Anvayunkta a little bit, but then if you take the tika, then it's not that tough because he already told you what you do when is that you take replace those words from the tika.
Okay, aprichat.
So anvayunkta, make it aprichat. Now you got that one. Okay. Now we can analyze it for later on, but anvayunkta equals aprichat. Okay, that one you got. Now swantam shubhodarkam he is given.
That's easy.
That he got. Now vaikrutam durnimittam also is given.
Okay. Yeah.
So once you replace an alagayat laghu kutavan. Once you replace all those words, it becomes much easier. Much easier. Because tat pratipa pavanadi is straightforward. Durnimittam prekshya shantim adhikritya is that shantim also gives the meaning. Anartha nivrittim. Adhikritya means in regards to that. Kritya with straightforward. Anvayunta aprichat. Gurum straightforward. Shite Ishvara straightforward. Swantam shubhodarkam. Iti alagayat lagu kutavan. Saha guruhu. Also given saha guruhu. Tadvyatham tasya vyatham. So I think now you see what I'm saying when you take
after you explain it,
So, but I think you need to replace all these words out with the tika words. So that's the key. Is when you want to do a shloka in the beginning, put the words of the tika in there. Make it easy for yourself. Don't sweat, too much. Then later on you can say how anvayukta becomes aprichat. Okay. Anupratyuja switcha. How swantam shubhodarkam su antam. Got that. Vaikrutam nudnimittam, how it is swarthya. If you don't understand, leave it. Doesn't matter. Vaikrutam, you make nudnimittam, you make it. If you don't get all the details that we're doing in the class, it doesn't matter. This is a Vyakaranam class. We're doing all the details. If you want to read fast, you don't need all of this. You can just say Vaikrutam durnimittam. Finished. Anvayunkta aprichat. Finished. Swantam shubhodarkam. Finished. Maybe we can do next look like this. Let's see. We can make it easy for us when. So it says, so when shlokam alagayat.
Yeah, sure.
He made the sloka easy for the class. Asmakam upakarartham suvidhartham venaha slokam alagayat. How like that? Oh, okay. So
Make it
Tejasaha.
yeah, make it future tense. Alagayishyami parantu.
Lagayishyati. Tejasaha sapadi rashirutthaha pradurasa kila vahini mukhe yah pramrijya nayanani sainikair lakshaniya purushakritashcharat. One more time. Tejasaha sapadi rashirutthaha pradurasa kila vahini mukhe yah pramrijya nayanani sainikair lakshaniya purushakritashcharat. Last time. Tejasasapadi rashirutthitaha pradurasa kila vahini mukhe yah pramrijya nayanani sainikair lakshaniya purushakritishcharat. So now, unfortunately, it's not okay. Look, you want to replace some words first, When? Let's try that. Here's one. Vahini mukhe equals senagre. Okay? You can
in front of the army.
Very straightforward, very simple. So remove vahini mukhe, make it senagre.
Okay.
Sena. So anyway, vahini must mean sena. Can straightforward.
Sena.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now pradurasa kila khalu. Kila means indeed. No commentary here. Lakshaniya is bhavaniya, fit to be contemplated on. Lakshaniya, bhavaniya. Fit to be looked at, fit to be contemplated. Bhavaniya. Purushakritir yasya tatoktaha. And abhuditi shesh. Unfortunately, Nabil's commentary on this sloka for you.
I know. He thinks we know the whole thing.
We know the whole thing. That means that's no. But wait a minute. Why does he think that? Tejasaha, no problem. Shashti.
Tejasaha. Sapadi is good luck.
No. Sapadi means tatkalam, immediately.
Oh,
Sapadi.
okay.
Sapadi is avyam. Sapadi.
Okay.
Rashihi, straightforward, right? So, means heap or a mass. A mass of luster, a mass of light, a mass of brilliance. Utthitaha, also straightforward. Ut plus tha, we'll go to next time. Utthitaha. Pradur asa. This asa is manifested itself. Pradur asa. Manifested itself. Pradur asa. Kila is khalu, he has given. Vahini mukhe senagre. So in front of the army, all of a sudden, sapadi, all of a sudden, they're manifested. Indeed, they manifested a mass of light which had so a mass of light which had popped up all of a sudden, manifested in front of the army. In front of the army, Vahini mukhe senave pradurasa manifested tejasaha rashi, which is sapadi utthitaha, which had just popped up all of a sudden. It had come up. Then yaha, but look at the padanva yaha rashi, that mass of light. Which mass of light? Pramrijya nayanani. Again, you have the same thing pratyalap. You look so common. Pratyalap is pramrij. Mrij is to wipe, to wash off. Mrij. Like we say marjanam, right? Marjanam. Washing. So pramrijya means having washed off, having rubbed, wiped off their eyes. Nayanani pramrijya. And sainikaihi, straightforward, means by the soldiers. Lakshaniya purushakritis chirat. Now chirat is again a straightforward form, means dirgha kalanantaram. Dirgha kalanantaram means after a long time. Chirat means after a long time. Dirgha kalanantaram comes in Gita. So it's straightforward form. The only thing is that Lakshaniya Purushakriti, which he has explained. Lakshaniya, Lakshmi is fit to be looked at, means Bhavaniya, fit to be contemplated. Purushasya Akriti, the form Akriti means the form of a man. Yasya Bahuvari compound. Yasya Saha Bahuvari compound. Tathoktaha means it's a qualifier. So of that kind, qualifying the Rashi. Rashi. I must say a bit of a small problem here. See, now you have this Lyap Pratyaya. So meaning is that in front of the army, indeed there appeared a mass of light which had suddenly popped up. Which mass of light was seen by the soldiers after wiping their eyes after a long time, Chirat, in the form of a man who was worth looking at, who was worth to be contemplated on, so that is what the meaning is. Now the problem that I have is that, again, we're out of time right now. So for next time, okay, let's use some quick hope from next time. This is what we'll do from next time. It's a good idea that you have, Vin. From next time, what we'll do is that we'll remove these words from the shloka and make them from the tika. If I just quickly ask you for the next shloka, we just do this part. Remove from the shloka, okay? So, Paitryam Amsham Upavita Lakshanam Matrakancha Dhanururjitam Dadatta Yassa Soma Iva Garmadidhitihi Sadvijivha Iva Chandana Dramaha. One more time. Paitryam Amsham Upavita Lakshanam Matrakancha Dhanururjitam Dadatta Yassa Soma Iva Garmadidhitihi Sadvijivva Iva Chandanadramaha Paitram Maushamapavita Lakshanam Matrakam Chadanarujitam Dadatta Yassa Soma Iva Gharmadiditish Sadvijivva Iva Chandanadramaha. All we're doing right now is that only in 2 minutes is what all can we replace?
So,
compound. Upavitam Lakshanam Chinnam Yasyatam. So we can work for a compound. Upavita Lakshanam is Chinnam. So one who has the mark or the emblem or some kind of a Chinnam, symbol, symbol or the sign. Upavitam. So one who is, with the, one who has a sign of Upavitam with him. Pituram Pitriha. So Pituhu Ayam. So Pitriha is which belongs to the father. Piturayam. So remove Pitriha. Remove that one here. Take Pitryam is Pitryam Ansham. Make it Pituhu Ansham. Make it easy. Right? This is the Laghukaranam. So this is maybe this is a grace from Kalidasa and Malinatha for us that we got the word Laghukritavan. Laghukaranam. You take the word from the Tika. So Paitryam Ansham, make it Pitur Ansham, means which was a part of his father. Ansham. Ansham means like a part, like a small
part, element.
He gives a tika that we will leave that for time being. Tam Ansham. So Ansham. So Tam is Ansham. Where is that now? Pitram Lakshanam.
Tam Amsham. Upavita Lakshanam.
So that is the Pitriha. So that Ansham which will belong to the Pitu Ansham. So this is in the wrong place, I think, because it's giving it iti yat pratyaha. So Piturayam Pitreha Tam. This is bad. Full stop here. Should be Piturayam Pitreha and then Tam, because Pitreha he put Pratama Ekavachanam. We want to make it Tam back in the shloka Paitryam. Understand? So Piturayam goes to Paitreha. Shloka we have Paitryam we have. So if he says Tam, is qualifying Amsham. So basically what you're going to do is take Paitryam Amsham, remove that, make it Pitur Amsham. You got that. Then Dhanusha Urjitam. Dhanururjitam. We made Vigraha Vakyam for remove the Dhanururjitam, remove the compound. Dhanururjitam, make it Dhanusha Urjitam. Dhanusha Urjitam. Urjitam means he was very powerful with his bow. With his bow he was powerful. Dhanururjitam. And then Maturayam Matrikaha. So and he gives also Tam Ansham Dadatta. So this Parashuramaha was carrying with him two parts. One from his mother, because the mother was a Kshatriya. Kshatriya's daughter. So the Dhanururjitam, which is he was powerful with his bow, that was from his mother's side. And then he's also carrying one chinna from his father's side, which is Lakshanam. Then upama comes here. So yaha make it bhargavaha. So remove yaha. Bhargavaha, ya bhargavaha. Sa somaha chandra yuktaha. So remove sa somaha. Sa somaha, instead of sa somaha, make it chandra yuktaha, straightforward form. Chandra yuktaha.
Yes.
Means with the moon. With the moon. Then garma didhitihi, remove that, make it suryaha. So you see how easy it becomes. Sasomaha iva the garma didhitihi. It equals garma didhitihi suryaha. So chandra yuktaha surya iva. Chandra yuktaha suryaha iva.
Okay.
So
Surya combined with Chandra. Okay.
That's it. See, that's what I'm saying. Once you look at the commentary, see, this is the kind of confusing, Sasoma iva garma didhitihi. So remove garma didhitihi, make it suryaha. Remove sasomaha, make it chandra yukta. Now it's straightforward. Lahu karanam.
Sadvijin.
Sadvijivvaha. Sasarpaha. So remove this sadvijivvaha. Remove this one. Make it sasarpaha. Straightforward. With a snake. Sasarpaha. So which means dvijivva means a snake. So instead of sadvijivvaha, make it sasarpaha. And then chandran drumaha iva. That's what I'm saying, sthitaha. So what we got is that we got Paitram is Piturayam. We got Matrukam is Maturayam. We got that.
Yes.
Dhanusha Ujitam, we got that. Then Garma Diditi Suryaha. Sasomaha, we got Chandra Yuktaha. Sadvijiva, Sasarpaha. When you put all these words in here, it makes a lot easier. Easier. So we'll do it from next time onward. Lagukar. We won't forget the shloka now. When? This is fun. Alagayat. So this must be Kalidas and Mayas. Look at these guys struggling with my shlokas over here. Let's get them a way out of this. Lagu Karanam. So Lagu Karanam. Next time we'll do Lagu Karanam. So individual words which are difficult, so homework will be out of time. Next time homework please. Utthitaha. 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 So homework next time just give you the numbers. You can do the fill in the blank for next time homework. So Utthitaha. So it Tha becomes Thita. Only put the numbers and we stop. So Utthitaha. 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 I'm sorry. Utthita. Utthitaha. Okay. Utthita. I want to look at two numbers please for next time, which is the Stha becoming Sthita. Stha becoming Sthita. So let's look at that. So that is comes in 7440, I think it is. Yeah, 7440 for next time, your homework. Stha becomes Sthita, 7440. And also look at the Stha, they become the Sakara became Purva Savarnaha. That one is at the end of Ashtadhyayi, towards the end of Ashtadhyayi. Udastha Stambhoho. So that is this one. Udastha Stambhoho Purvasya. So 8461. This for next time, okay? 8461. And then any other homework, quick homework for you. Sapadi Utthitaha Pradur Asa. You can try to join the form Asa. Asi, this is completely, leave it, I'll do it next time. Vahini Mukhe Pramrijya Lyapratyaha. So you can do Sainikaihi Akritish Chirat. Okay. So look up Chirat in dictionary. Look up in dictionary Chirat. The opposites. Chirat and Sapadi opposites. Sapadi is immediately. Chirat is after a long time. Those two opposites. Killer, also you can dictionary killer. So look up killer, look up Chirat, look up Sapadi in dictionary, look up Vahini in the dictionary. Vahini becomes Sena. And we'll continue next time. Okay, so from next time, Laghu Karanam.
Okay.
Today is a new start for this class. From next time onwards, we just make it Laghu and we move it from there. So, Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vihata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tatmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bhora Mama Buddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattuliyam Ramanama Varanane Shri Ramanama Varanana Om Namaiti. But all jokes aside,